How to deflect questions and criticism like Teflon Don. The next time that you're asked an inappropriate question that you don't want to answer, or the next time maybe you're criticized, and your goal is to turn the tables on the person that asked you that question or that said that thing, here's how to do it using this 3-step process that Donald Trump also uses. Number 1, completely ignore the question 100%. We never want to defend ourselves at work. Remember that we only defend against what we perceive to be vulnerable. That's it. And people who have sick minds, some of the psychopaths that we work with, they get that. And so when people start to defend themselves, which by the way is different from, maybe I might explain a process, maybe I might clarify things, that's very different from defending myself. And so once I've done that, once I've completely ignored what you just said, now these get better and better as we go. So make sure to stick with me till the end because you might pass out at what you will learn in step number 3. Number 2, I'm going to turn the tables on you. And I'm going to do that 2 different ways. I'm going to do it with my body language, and I'm going to do it with my words. Let's start off with body language, okay? The body language that Donald Trump uses, I do not recommend that you use because I find it, frankly, effeminate. And that's okay if that's your goal. But he's drawing attention to his little teeny tiny fingers and it just creeps me out. And I find it to be distracting. So I would not do that. Now that one was worth a super thanks. Instead, what I would do is to marshal attention to the other person because that's what you want to do. You want to say to anyone who may be listening, because generally people are trying to embarrass us or criticize us or play a gotcha when other people are around. So to prevent that from happening, I'm going to take the attention that you just threw at me and I'm going to throw it back to you. And the way that I'm going to do that is by using unidirectional signals and marshaling. If I'm doing that, you know exactly what I'm doing. I'm saying, look over there, go there. I'm directing attention. I'm marshaling the attention to that direction, or as some people do, to this direction. All right, eyes back here, eyes back here. What I'm going to be doing in this instance is marshaling the attention to you. So for example, since I'm turning the tables back onto you, the verbal part of that is going to be me judging you. But people who do that, John, I'm surprised that you would ask that type of question. The next time you think about asking a rude question like that, Mary, the next time you consider asking a question like that one. And then number 3, here's where it gets personal. Now, what I'm doing for step number 3 is I'm taking it a step further from what Donald Trump would do because he generally used the same insults for everybody. This will be more effective than that was for him because we're going to be using words that are more precisely chosen. All right? I'm going to be referencing the Enneagram in this lesson. If you have not yet familiarized yourself with the Enneagram, I have a great Enneagram guide. It's the Enneagram at a glance. And that is already in the description, so you can download that at any time. Because here's how you want to use that. If you're not familiar with that, or for advanced tactics on how to stand up for yourself in a toxic workplace, I also have a course coming out. So if you're interested in learning more about these types of tactics, make sure to hit that link in the description. Because not everybody knows how to get personal and strike a chord with somebody when they insult them. I learned this one from the nuns. You're welcome, Sister Eugenia. And here's what they told me. Basically, I'm going to summarize, okay, Sister Eugenia, so forgive me.
What is your compulsion? When you sin, what is it that's causing you to sin? What is it? We're going to get to the bottom of is what makes you sick.
And I might be embellishing a little bit, but that's how I understand it. Once you've got somebody's number, you know what their biggest fear is. Now, if I really wanted to be a nasty person, that's what I would use then if I were going to insult you. You want to find unique words to describe each one of their fears and how it might apply to them. And it would sound like this. Don't worry if you're not familiar with it. I put a Enneagram quick reference guide in the description below so you can download that for free. And I put that there for all of us who have not yet really maximized our ability to strike a chord when we insult people. So if that's you and you want to do it a little bit better, you might as well click on that. I'm going to hell already. So in the Enneagram at a glance that I gave you, this has summarized, and quite effectively, if I do say so myself, the 9 different types and how you can think of them. For example, we have one core statement. I am if I am what? Perfect, needed, successful, special, learning, loyal, happy, powerful, peaceful. Once you get good at identifying the different types, what you can do is, by simply looking at somebody as they come into work, What type of clothes they're wearing? What type of car did they drive in? What does their environment look like? And what do the things around them communicate about them? How do they speak? What's their tone? What's their melody? Do they speak quickly, slowly? Do they use a lot of words or do they use few words? What are the signals and signs that all of us are constantly sending that will reveal to other people what our number is? Once you know that, you have got power. When you can articulate to somebody what their biggest fear is, and that it might be just
coming round the bend.
When you identify the people in your life and what number they are, you want to find unique words to describe each one of their fears and how it might apply to them. So here are a couple of goodies that I chose. You know, Mary, the next time you consider asking a question like that one, you might want to consider how it blemishes your, what I would otherwise consider a pretty perfect image.
Blemishes.
You know, Mary Lou, the next time you think about asking a question like the one you just asked, you might want to think about instead how right now you're considered to be a pretty necessary part of this team. But people who do that tend to find themselves
irrelevant
really quickly. You know, John, I'm surprised that you would ask that type of question because normally the only people who ask that are those who consider themselves to be disadvantaged. Do you consider yourself to be disadvantaged, John?
Disadvantaged.
You know, Katie, I'm telling you this because I think you'd want to know that the next time you think about asking a rude question like that, you may want to instead consider how the type of third-rate behavior reflects on you. All right, I'm telling you that because I care. Let's move along. By the way, when I do this, I'm blocking you. I'm blocking this energy. I'm blocking your words. I'm blocking everything about you. Now, if you're a number 4 and I did that to you and I told you that, hey, I think you're special, but
that behavior is third rate, so you might want to reconsider.
And then blocked you, you are going to be thinking about that when you go to bed. You're going to be thinking about that when you get up. You're going to be thinking about that one. And you're going to think twice about choosing me as your victim. Why? Because I know where to strike where it counts. I know how to read the signs and interpret them to find out, what are you afraid of? And then put that in your face and let you know.
It's coming round the bend, sweetheart.
So, there you go. Now you know why I'm going to hell. Because those who did not know that yet, now you know. Now again, I have to stress, these are tactics that you use only in dire situations where you're trapped in a work environment maybe that you can't get out of and you need to survive. These are survival tactics. And if you need to know more of them, I'm having a special emergency How to Survive If You're Trapped in a Toxic Environment course. The link is in the description. We're doing pre-registration until the 23rd of Friday, I think. So that'll really help you if you're in that type of situation. And I don't feel bad about spreading this or feel guilty at all because I figure I'm already going to hell. Why feel bad as well? I'm already going to be paying the price. Now, for more tactics like this, hit the playlist after you have subscribed to this channel. And if you found value in this, remember, the best way to support this channel and give back would be to subscribe to it, become a member of it, or join us over on our Patreon page. And I hope to see you in one of those so that you're not just a communication freeloader.